What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a little touch-up work on the fenders on my 1991 Pontiac Firebird. So without further ado, let's get to it. So first, here's what they looked like before I did anything to them. The back ones were the worst, but they all needed a little bit of help. You can see here there's some pretty big chunks coming off. It's not a huge problem right now, but if it's left alone it's only going to spread, so I'm going to be nipping it in the bud today. To start, I used a wire wheel on a drill to remove the existing rust and some just generally rusty metal, and here's what it looked like after that was done. The front looks almost perfectly fine now, but the back does need some patching. To fill in the void that was left in the wake of the rust, I used some fiberglass reinforced Bondo. This is a small enough area that still has a solid metal backing, so this should work just fine. Once it was dry, all I had to do to prep for paint was sand it smooth. Unfortunately, while I was doing this, I noticed a rusty patch under the undercoating, which I'm pretty sure it actually came with from the dealer. Upon picking at it a little further, it developed into a full-blown hole in the side of the car. It's unfortunately going to take more than Bondo to patch this, so we mixed up some actual fiberglass to cover the hole. After the sheets of fiberglass had dried, I went back over everything with a layer of long strand reinforced fiberglass Bondo for an added layer of durability. Thankfully, none of the other wheel wells have this issue. Once that was done, I taped off around all of the parts that I planned to paint, and I hit it with a coat of the same SprayMax 2K epoxy primer that I used to restore the pair of glass T-tops that I installed in the last video. In hindsight, I wish I would have used SprayMax's high-build 2K urethane primer to fill in the subtle imperfections a bit better, but a few coats of this epoxy primer did just fine too. Then it was paint time. I didn't really need a full-size HVLP gun for these small areas, and I certainly wasn't going to use a rattle can, so I thought I'd give this Badger airbrush a try. I've had this sitting around for years and just never used it, but it should work pretty well for this. When I bought the car, this can of pre-thinned, supposedly perfectly matching paint was included. I was told it was an exact match to the car's paint, but as you'll see later, it's actually not. It took me a while to dial in the airbrush settings, largely because I never bothered to read the manual for the airbrush, but it actually worked out perfect for this. The pre-thinned paint could not have laid on better, and I can't believe I've never seen these used for automotive touch-up work before. Once a few coats of the paint were applied, I finished off with SprayMax's 2K gloss clear coat, and then buffed it out so everything blended together nicely. And here is the final result. I was disappointed to see that this paint is unfortunately a slightly lighter, more silvery color than the rest of the car, although it's less noticeable in person than in the video here. I put on plenty of coats of paint, that's just the color it is, unfortunately. I'll probably end up redoing this in the future if I can source a better matching paint, but at least the rust is taken care of and the car's metal is protected, so for now it'll have to do. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, hit like, get subscribed, and ring the bell so you get notified when I post new videos, and I will see you guys in the next one.